Have you noticed it too? Just this explosion in Azure Data Factory roles lately. It feels like it's everywhere. So the big question is, what's driving this surge? And maybe more importantly, how can you or your team actually get involved and capitalize on it? Okay, let's unpack this a bit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right to notice that. It's real. And the context is key here. Think about it. Businesses are moving to the cloud, right?
Hmm.
Fast. And for loads of them, that means Microsoft Azure. Within Azure, ADF, Azure Data Factory, it's not just some add-on. It's really playing a starring role. It's basically the Azure native way to orchestrate moving data around and transforming it across all sorts of systems.
Okay, orchestrating, like a control plane.
Exactly. Think of it as the control plane for data movement within Azure. And what's really critical, maybe overlooked sometimes, is how deeply it plugs into Azure security, its monitoring, governance, all that stuff. It's built in, which gives it capabilities way beyond custom scripts or standalone tools, especially for big companies. That deep integration, that's kind of the secret sauce.
Got it. A control plane, deeply integrated. Makes sense. But still, why the boom now? Is it just general cloud adoption, or is there something more specific driving this huge demand for ADF skills? Here's where it gets really interesting.
Well, fundamentally, it's digital transformation. Companies aren't just storing data anymore. They're trying to actually use it, integrate it from all over the place. Imagine you've got data in some old on-prem system, maybe an ancient ERP, and then you've also got data streaming in from cloud apps, SaaS tools, IoT devices. ADF is what lets them bridge that gap, that complex hybrid environment.
Ah, the hybrid challenge.
Exactly. It connects the old and the new. And it doesn't just dump the data into, say, Azure Synapse or Databricks. It orchestrates getting it there, making sure it's in the right shape, cleaned up, ready for analytics or machine learning.
Okay, so it's the bridge and the prep station. That sounds powerful. But what about the cost side? Is that a factor? Is it actually, efficient for these big jobs?
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge piece of the puzzle. It's serverless, pay as you go. You're only paying for the compute you actually use when your pipelines are running, no paying for idle servers.
Yeah.
It scales up, scales down. That elasticity, it's the game changer for managing costs, especially when your data needs fluctuate.
Okay, so cost effective because it's elastic.
Precisely. Now, you still need to monitor it, obviously, to keep costs predictable, but it's way better than over-provisioning infrastructure. And then there's the connectors. Huge selling point. It has built-in ways to talk to almost everything. SQL databases, obviously, blob storage, REST APIs, but also Salesforce, even complex stuff like SAP.
Wow, SAP too, okay.
Yeah, that versatility means less custom coding, fewer specialized tools needed just to pull data from different places. Big time saver.
That makes sense. Less custom work. But I've seen data pipelines get really messy, brittle, hard to manage when things change or scale up. How does ADF help teams avoid that trap and build something truly robust?
Right, that's where it moves beyond just connecting things. ADF lets teams automate and scale properly. Instead of fragile, hand-coded scripts that break all the time, you build these clean, reusable workflows in ADF. And crucially, these workflows can fit right into modern practices like governance and DevOps, version control, automated deployment through CI/CD. It makes everything more robust, more auditable.
CI/CD for data pipelines. Okay, that's serious.
It is. And the payoff for the business is huge. Better data quality, sure. Faster insights, definitely. But also, it frees up your data engineers. They're not just fighting fires and fixing broken pipes. They actually have time to innovate, to build new things. It shifts the focus from plumbing to engineering.
Okay, that paints a really clear picture of the why. So let's shift gears a bit. What does this all mean in practice for, the people listening? Whether you're leading a team or you're a data pro or maybe just starting out, how does this boom translate?
Great question. So for business leaders, investing in ADF, or rather, investing in the skills for ADF, means equipping your teams to automate. It means less manual data wrangling, faster decisions because the data flows reliably, probably lower data costs overall, and just more confidence in the numbers. But here's the crucial bit. You need to hire or train real data engineers, not just people who can drag and drop boxes on a screen.
What's the difference?
You need people who understand how to parameterize pipelines to make them reusable, how to scale them efficiently, how to troubleshoot when things go wrong, understanding the underlying compute and networking. They're the ones who can really optimize for cost and performance at enterprise scale.
Got it. Not just builders, but engineers, architects almost. And for the data professionals themselves. Sounds like a big opportunity. What skills should they focus on right now?
Absolutely. It's a huge opportunity. The skills in demand go beyond just building a basic pipeline. Things like mastering mapping data flows, that's the visual transformation tool, but really understanding how to optimize it for massive data sets. Performance tuning. Configuring integration runtimes is another big one. That's how ADF securely accesses data everywhere, including on-prem. It involves networking, security, VNets. It gets complex. Implementing CI/CD using Azure DevOps for your ADF projects is also key now. And understanding how ADF fits into the bigger picture, how it feeds data into Synapse or data lake storage or other Azure services. To really stand out, learn to design reusable pipeline templates, think about patterns, and learn how to tune them obsessively for cost and speed.
So strategy, efficiency, integration, the whole package. What about someone totally new to this, feeling maybe a bit intimidated? How do they get started and become, real world ready?
Yeah, good point. It can seem daunting, but there are clear steps. First, Microsoft Learn. Fantastic free resources there to get the basics. Second, look at the DP203 certification, the Azure Data Engineer Associate exam. Studying for that gives you a structured path, and maybe most important, build stuff, even small things. Create your own demo pipelines, pull data from a public API, transform it with ADF, load it into an Azure SQL database or data lake, automate it. That hands-on experience is gold. You learn by doing and by fixing things when they inevitably break.
Build things, get certified, use the free learning. Okay, solid advice. This has been really illuminating. It's so clear that ADF isn't just, another tool on the shelf. It really has become, like you said, the connective tissue for data in Azure. It's fundamental.
Exactly. It's that foundational piece. So whether you're the one hiring, looking for those engineers we talked about, or you're the professional looking to boost your career, the time to really dive deep into Azure Data Factory skills as well, it's now. It's not a fad. It's central to how modern data operations work, ensuring businesses aren't just collecting data, but actually orchestrating intelligence from it. That's the key takeaway.